briefly. I'm talking about the test of the Burevestnik missile with a nuclear propulsion engine that has an unlimited range. The decisive test has been completed. There's still a lot of work to be done in order to deploy this weapon, use and start preparing the infrastructure for deploying this weapon in our armed forces. Regarding the exercise, I would like to ask the head of the General Staff to report on one another event. You mentioned it briefly. I'm talking about the test of the Burevestnik missile with a nuclear propulsion engine that has an unlimited range. I know that I have a report from the industrial side. I know what the ministry thinks about this unique weapon that has nothing like that, no counterparts around the world. When we first announced that we were working on such a weapon, even high-profile specialists told me it was a great objective to strive towards. It was a worthy endeavor, but it was something that was not feasible in the foreseeable future. That was something that very knowledgeable people told me, and now the decisive test has been completed. There's still a lot of work to be done in order to deploy this weapon and make it operational. There are many regulations to be observed and stages to go through, and yet all the key tasks have been solved. Now, as far as I understand, so I would like to hear from you. Comrade Commander-in-Chief, yes, on the 21st of October, that test was carried out. The difference between that launch and the previous launches is that there was a multi-hour flight of that missile that traveled 14,000 kilometers, and that's not its limit. Right, it was powered by a nuclear propulsion engine, and the technical characteristics of the Burevestnik missile allow it to be used against protected sites anywhere. During the test flight of the missile, all the vertical and horizontal maneuvers were done that had been planned to demonstrate that this missile can overcome any defenses. 14,000 kilometers, right? Yes. And how long was it in flight? About 15 hours. And that's not the limit. No, that's not the limit. We will need to find a way to classify this weapon in the future, what kind of a weapon it is. We would not need to find a way to define how it can be used and start preparing the infrastructure for deploying this weapon in our armed forces.
Subscribe to Oneindia and never miss an update. Download the Oneindia app